Hi everybody, Jessie here from jessiebanks.com and welcome back to another video. So for today's video we're doing one of the January releases from CC Designs, and this is called Sweet Valentine. There's the set there. It's absolutely adorable. I stamped out most of it. I'm not actually going to color any of the critters in this video. I decided to use the people, so we're going to do that. Of course, all of my markers that I'm using, I put the lids off to the side. Hopefully I remembered for all of them. Fingers crossed. So you guys can watch all of that. Fun fact, when I say hi everybody, I actually wave to an empty room. Why, I have no idea. But yeah, I just noticed that I do that all the time and it's really odd. I'm a really odd person, but that's alright. So I'm starting off with my E13 and I'm putting in drop shadows, or putting in all of my shadows. I'm going to zoom in here for a minute for you guys. So I put them underneath of the hairline, around the face, just to create a little bit more of a roundness, like a fullness and shape to the face, where the head overlays the body because it's covering the neck, so there'd be a drop shadow there, underside of the arms, underside of his sash that comes across him, all of that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to, as I'm coloring, I'm going over top of all of those darker colors with the lighter color and blending it out into the white area. I do only do one coat normally. This is Copic Express It blending card. As I say in all of my videos, I'm a firm believer that you need to pick a paper that you can get your hands on all the time and keep in your house so that you can use it and learn how to color on it. Be it Copic Express It, be it people love Nina Solar White, Hammermill, there's one other one, that Cryogen paper. Whatever it is that you love, you need to be able to keep it in your house, and you need to practice with that paper because every paper does react slightly different. So you just need to learn your paper, and that's the one you're going to learn, and it's going to be great. They're all good from what I understand. So that's definitely a bonus. I zoomed out a little bit. I'm just working on the hair, and most of my coloring I do dark to light, except for hair I do light to dark, and that's simply so that I don't blend the flicks out with the lighter colors as I go over top of them. Personal preference, you definitely color the way you like to color. You'll see a little oops in here when I get to the next little cupid down below. I come back up to the top one and use the hair color in the top one on accident, and I left that in because, you know, everybody makes mistakes, and it still worked out perfectly and it was wonderful, so it was really no big deal. But I did leave that in instead of cutting it out so it didn't look like I did it, because why not? Fun stuff. I hope everybody's doing awesome. I've been really trying to keep uploading and putting lots of videos up, and hopefully you guys are enjoying them. I'm working really hard at it, so that'll be fun. I will have another video up tomorrow, so that's exciting. I hope you guys will watch it. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, you should, because then you'd know when I put new videos up, which would be fantastic. Self-promotion, I'm never any good at it. So I'm just using two colors to blend the red on this guy, simply because the area is so small. I don't need any more color than that in there to get enough variations that you can see that it's shaded. So I'm using my ends for his wings and his little underwear thing, bikini bottom, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what to call it. Gitch? I don't know. So that's all good. What else can I tell you? I don't know what else to tell you. I have no idea. I don't know what to babble about. I have no funny stories. I haven't done anything fun lately. Not really. I hope you guys have been having fun. Oh, we could talk about CHA for a second. Tons of new stuff that looked like at CHA. I have already pre-ordered the new Distress Oxide colors. That's exciting. I really enjoy those inks. If you guys are interested at all, I could do a video about how I use them and when I pick them over top of over Distress inks and blah blah blah. It's up to you. There's a ton of those videos out there. I mean, it could be completely overdone at this point, but I ordered those. Alta New sneaked on their thing some new watercolors. I love watercolors. Tomorrow's video will be about watercolor. So, yeah. CC Designs, this release was massive. There was a whole bunch of new cuts. I'm not going to use that first word. You guys will know what I mean. The ones that cut out the shapes. If I use that word, they like to demonetize my video because it's a bad word. So Anyway, there was a whole bunch of those along with the stamp sets. There was the puppy stamp set and this one and some deer. It was an adorable little release. I will have the link to the entire shop in the description box below, so you can check out this stamp set and pick it up if you don't have it, because it's adorable. Who doesn't love cupids and animal cupids? I have to color those guys up yet. So those will be over there. They all have coordinating cuts with them as well. So that's super fun. They're in clear. Everybody's pretty excited that Christine has brought some of the clear back, which is super fun. I like clear stamps. I like rubber stamps. I like stamps. I don't discriminate. I'll use them all. Just let me use stamps and I'm happy. So for this guy, when I do his little cloud after... Oh, wait. My mistake's coming up here right away. You guys will notice, hopefully. Because I flip... See? Look. See? Look what I did. And I didn't even notice it. You know that? I did all of this. And then I turned it back around. And I looked and I went, oh, come on. Well, I guess I gotta finish it now. So I redid it. And then I go back to the bottom one. But that's alright. See? It happens. But it still worked out. It's all good. I giggled. I was so mad at myself. I was like, I can't believe I just did that. I should have cut the top guy off when he was colored before I started on the bottom one, but it worked out. I'm still happy with both of them. They're absolutely adorable. Adorable. So I hope you guys like these videos where I leave all of the coloring in. I am trying to keep them not too fast. Like I'm speeding. This video again is sped up to 2.5 times the actual speed. So I'm hoping that that's slow enough that you guys can see what you want to see. And fast enough that the video is not going to be like a half-hour long, because I wouldn't want to sit there for half an hour, so I'm presuming you don't either. So we're doing the cloud here, and instead of doing all the shading, I'm just taking a couple of Bs, and then the B60. I love this color because it's like a purpley blue. And I'm just adding some little like half-circle C shapes in there just to give it a little bit of fluffiness, and that's all I did to it. The heart on this one, I'm doing pink instead of red, just so that there's some variation in the hearts here. And then I'm taking my Copic multiliner. I showed it to you guys. I didn't show you guys the outlining because I hold my pen so straight when I do it that my hand would be in the way the entire time, and I can't do it on the angle or I make a mess. So I outlined them all, both of those guys, just to reinforce the black outline on them. And that's a personal preference. I just like it super dark and super black, and I find that no matter what ink pad I use, it's not dark enough for my preference. I mean, it's definitely black enough. I don't know. I started doing it and it's just kind of developed into a habit. So I'm going to take out my pink and I'm going to do the heart, the little flying heart, and then 2 of the hearts on the banners in pink, and then I'm going to do the other 3 hearts on the banner here and the one on the cloud in red, so that I have a little bit of both colors all over the place on the card, just to kind of keep it a little bit balanced as I can. I think both pink and red work wonderfully together on Valentine's cards, so it works. It works. Get these colored up. Now I'll start with the red. I really enjoy this R59 as my deepest color on my reds. Didn't use this one when I started. This is actually a newer marker to my collection. Shocker! I still don't have them all. Getting there. Slowly. It's a slow process. I'd buy a few at a time. When I find out I have like 3 or 4 dead markers and I have to cave and buy some refills, I order like 3 or 4 new markers, kind of a deal. So I only order markers, I don't know, 3-4 times a year. So I'll get there slowly but surely. It all takes time. I mean, they're expensive and you can't afford to buy them all at once. There's just no way. No way. So we'll finish up our red hearts here. And then these guys, I'll cut all these guys out. I won't show that, but I just round them through my machine. So that was super simple. There they are. Look. Ta-da! I am using Fabriano Artistico 140-pound hot press watercolor paper for my background. And this is my Schminke 48 half pan set. It's an expensive set of watercolors and it's artist grade. You definitely don't have to buy these. I did a video not long ago using the Jane Davenport watercolors, and they were pretty. They weren't artist grade like those, but I mean, the price difference, you should never expect them to be. They were fantastic, super bright, got some awesome color out of them. The card turned out beautiful. You can find that on my channel. I think it's the video right before this one, so that'll be awesome. So I was going to start doing some clouds here, so I kind of dropped in some cloud shapes. And I worked on those, and then I decided that I didn't like that, so I just dropped watercolor all over the place. That's the nice thing I like about watercolor is they're transparent, so they layer up so beautifully, and you can see colors through colors, and where they overlap they can change. And I find them really, really pretty and super fun to work with, and they have kind of a mind of their own. You can only control them so far, and then they're like, nope, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm like, well, you do you. I'll figure it out after. So I'm adding in a purple one here, and then I'll blend it out. Just rinsing off my brush in some clean clear water in between. That rag on the side is just a bar rag. I buy them at Canadian Tire. And I use them till they fall apart. Like, I take it to the sink and I rinse them out and I soap them and I wash them and I dry them, and then I just use them over and over again. My last one I had for like 2 years before it was so ratched and thin and nothing left of it that I couldn't use it anymore. So I get a lot of use out of them, and I prefer that to using paper towel, which is fine. I don't like throwing all that paper towel away, so I went this route instead. A little more work to rinse out the rag, but I gotta change my water all the time anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. So we're just getting this background done in here. I let it dry, and now I'm going in and I'm adding some more. This is a more pinky purple color. I think it's magenta. And then I'm going to drop in a little red and realize I don't like that, so I only added a tiny little bit of red. So you only get that little bit, and that's all there is. I'm going to blend it out a little bit so it doesn't look quite as red and it looks a little more pink. Because I was like, no, that's not what I want. And then I'm going to add in a little bit darker blue. And I'm just kind of adding some water and spreading it out and letting it do its thing. I'm not force drying it in between with a heat gun or a hair dryer or anything. I find when you do that, you stop the drying process immediately. And as long as that paper is cool, your watercolor paper is still wet. As long as it's cool and wet, that watercolor is still moving in the paper. It may not move much, but it's still moving a little bit. So then I cut this down. It's 1/4 of an inch smaller than my card base, so it'll be 4 by 5 1/4. And I adhered that onto a card base. And now I'm going to play with my little guys here and figure out where I want everybody standing and how I want them. I take this banner. I decide to cut it in half here so I can just make it look a little longer because it's tucked in behind our tall little Cupid's head. I'm using Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. I really enjoy this adhesive. I like it. It dries really fast. It's got a nice fine tip. Works great. I enjoy it. I don't go through a ton of liquid adhesive, so it lasts me forever. So I'll put that one in on the other side. I haven't adhered any of the other guys yet. Now we're going to start on those. And I'm adhering everything from what's going to be the bottom layer forward. So anything that overlaps is going on top, right? So you got to start and go that way so that my cloud ends up as the top layer and he's layered on top of the hearts and all of that kind of stuff. So then we're just gluing them all down. It sticks super fast. Don't need a ton of it. I'm talking about the adhesive again. I should probably make that clear. So yeah, then we're going to take our little sentiment here and I'm going to stamp that at the bottom. Because I was going to put it beside one of the square ones, but I didn't enjoy that. So I'm just going to stamp it at the bottom here using my stamping tool. Stamping that out in, I do believe it is MFT Extreme Black ink. I just got this, so I'm getting used to it. So I'm going to do that, and then because it's on watercolor paper, it's not quite solid, so I stamp it down really good, and then I do trace over it with my Copic multi-liner again. And that will be, oh, and I'm going to add the little flyaway guy because I had him there. Don't want to waste him. Gotta put him on. He matches everything else. So I'm going to add him up at the top like he's flying. And that's the end of the card. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave me a comment down below. A thumbs up is great. And again, if you aren't subscribed, I would appreciate you subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.